M0FXB, welcome to my channel and my videos on the ICOM ID-52. M0FXB, good morning from the UK. Just thought I'd do a bit more side-by-side for the 52, the ICOM 52. Not sure if many of you know about the ID-52, but it should have been out over a year ago, but with problems with in Japan with getting all the right parts required. So it will come out, but it hasn't come out yet. So we just got this one in from Japan, so we can do some videos. So here's the 705 first, just on open spot 3.
I don't know, maybe it's the linking the 30 Charlie's having issues tonight. NM5DD.
That's working well. We'll turn that down. We'll get the 52 on the open spot as well. There you go. Turn it up.
Mike 0 Foxtrot X-ray Bravo Papa.
It could be. I just said it, so we'll see what happens.
See if we can get the display a bit dimmer because it's quite bright on the video.
Well, we had 2 real heavy mag power outages in about 10 seconds.
That's actually on 0.
So
they both get the GPS data once they're locked.
Sort of half out of it. So
They're both trying to lock now. GPS.
Have been stable since then.
Now, if you ask me, if you've got an ICOM 7300 and you put the 52 next to it, you're pretty sorted. You know, you don't really need anything else unless you fancy your proper QRP radio for HF as well. So the 705, as you know, has full HF 6 meters, but is single receive. The 52 is dual receive, but it's 2 meters and 70. So there's GPS coming through. It will lock eventually. I've only just turned it on. On the B band, I've got my all-star node. If I hold down main here, it'll go into single receive. So then you can toggle between the two. So if we go to my all-star node and just key up, let's see if it's even connected. Let's try again. Yeah, it looks like it's not even turned on, so I'll turn it on and you'll see it come on.
IP address.
So it'll give out its IP address.
192.168.0.105.
So what happens is once you've got that IP address, you can either control it on your phone or via DTMF, and I've programmed some DTMF, so all I've got to do is go menu, go up to DTMF, if I can find it, and then I've selected that's HubNet at *341522, select it, and it will log straight into HubNet.
Connected to M0FXB.
So of course I recommend that you get a G7RPG HubNet node because it's just so good. So we'll leave it in dual receive a minute.
Second reset button. Hold.
This is the 52 now. We'll go back to the 705.
Bring it back, but I've heard that from a whole bunch.
Interestingly, both of them are still struggling to get GPS lock. So if you go into the menu, if you go into the frequency on this, let's go out of DR mode. Right, hold it on the 705. Hold down DR. Look, we're now in memory mode. Now, let's get it into VFO. We'll tap here, VFO, and I'll show you how to get it took us straight to HF, but we're on a small antenna at the moment. So if we want to get to VFO mode on this, so if you have, now this was, the 52's got a lock now, you can see there's a lock symbol there from someone's GPS coming through. Even though we're on dual receive, it still gets GPS, and it will get dual receive D-star. It doesn't have to be the analog. I'll show you that. We just hold down the DR button here, when you're on the B section. And look, we've got dual receive, so we can actually listen and on 2 hotspots at the same time. In theory, we could have 2 conversations. Obviously, you only got 1 PTT. So anyway, you've got a lock there. The 705 is still trying to get a lock. Right, so what was we going to show you? TPS lock, enter. But I can't remember, but I'm showing you now that it's a dual band radio where the 705 is a single receive radio. So the good thing is obviously it does do HF. So let's see if we can connect the antenna on the HF. Right, we've got the HF antenna connected. It's a G5RV, and it's quite convenient that I've got that next to this kitchen table. And the antenna that was on is an old 817 antenna, rubber duck, which I had sort of here. So just one that I found actually. Right, so we're not going to have much on HF now. Let's expand the scope. Now the 52 does have a scope, believe it or not, because we've reset the...
It didn't get anywhere, and I think Boris said, oh no, well, it's a bit too much.
And we'll hit the
wanker, you know?
noise blanker. Oh, sorry about that. Menu 2. Should noise blank that station really. Right, noise blanker on. You can hold it. You can even hold that and have the noise blanker on here on the multi knob. We'll just hit 40. Hit the middle to get a wider change of frequency. Right, so anyway, I think I remember now what I was going to show you, and that is that frequency wise. So if we go frequency wise, we'll go hit here, and look, you can see the frequencies on the 705. So 430, 144 obviously is what's on the 52, but on the 705 you've got all the HF, 50 meters, airband, FM radio, as you can see. Now the 52 here, if we go into VFO mode, so to come out of DR you just hold down that. To go into single mode you hold down main dual. We're in single now, and we've kept our GPS there. Now you can select not to keep that, you can have a date there if you want, but it looks quite nice. So VFO is the top button, and memory. We've got a couple of memories in there, one of them being our all-star node, a couple of local repeaters just for that. And the process is pretty similar to the 51. When you're in VFO mode, you choose your frequency. Now to go a wider change, just push VFO like that, change to something you're going to use like 433 sort of area, hit VFO, change, and then when you want to save the memory, you just literally hold down MR, and then you write to a new channel, and you can actually choose a group, and which is quite essential on the 52 and the 705 that you choose which group you're going to use. So I'm on my channels. You go click quick here, and you can look group select, and I'm just going to keep selecting my channels, but we've got other groups we could select, and you can rename the group so you recognize them. So that's pretty good. So it's still asking me to save the channel, so let's just go yes, and that's it. Then it takes you straight back into VFO, and if you want memory, there I'll hit memory. There's your memories. Now the other interesting thing is that we actually have a scope which works, and the scope actually does work when you're on the open spot. So if I just go menu here, go across and up, look, there's a scope.
Transmission then disappeared. Go ahead.
Okay, I got maybe the last 5 seconds of your transmission. Hey, let me reboot my router. I'm going to power it off and see if I can get the line status to come a little better. So I'll be off the air for about 3 minutes, and then 5 maybe.
So you've got the 2 scopes running there. Now I think the way you change the width of the scope on the 52 is by changing the tuning steps. I think I'm still working that one out. You can still toggle like with the changing knob. See it says open spot. If I select the bottom half there, I can still toggle through that to other repeaters, other memories. This is not memory mode, this is DR mode.
0 Foxtrot X-ray Bravo.
They both have
Papa.
excellent settings for quick, you know, like for speech. And then they both have picture mode, so go menu, picture, that you can send pictures. Now I could try and send one be cheeky and try and send one whilst they're both on the open spot. So all you would do is go menu, let's go picture mode, let's get picture mode, picture, let's try it. I don't think it will. I need to change that from CQ to reflector, use reflector. They're both on the same reflector. Let's just send it. So what you do, you put, there's my new puppy there, quick TX all, let's click OK. Let's see what it does. Now keep watching you can hear that's working actually. The ICOM. And this is, people can still speak while this is happening. That's pretty cool. It's my new puppy. Her name's Mazzy, by the way. Right, it's coming near the end. But it's fun, isn't it? If you're chatting with a friend and you want to quickly send a picture, you can better off going to a separate reflector, I would say. And look, that's all.
0 Foxtrot X-ray Bravo.
Both giving announcements there. So if I tap the picture, there you are. There's the picture of my new puppy. And I'm sure you can save it. Put my finger, hold it on it. Save. There you go. Oh, get even out of zoom. Look at that. So we've saved it. And then we can send a picture back if we want. We're not going to do that now. So there, that was a nice demonstration of picture mode. So can you see how you're starting to see similarities between the 52 and the 705? So if we come out on 52, we just double click that. And then with this one, we just exit. And then we go menu, one, scope. So the 705 does have Wi-Fi. They both have Bluetooth. Now, Wi-Fi is very handy on the 705. It opens up quite a few wireless possibilities. They both have terminal mode. So you go menu, go to DV gateway, and you're in terminal mode. And we can plug either radio into Doozy. So we go menu, which I think is excellent, Doozy. DV gateway, they're both in terminal mode. Okay. Alright, well, we've got to change some sort of setting there, but they both do terminal mode. It could be that when I reset it completely, I haven't put my call sign in yet, which is worth checking. Menu, just out of interest, menu, set. Is it your, I think it goes in your station, my station. Oh no, it's still in there, so yeah, not really sure what I've done wrong. TX message, let's turn that on. They both do TX messaging. To 1, and then we need to set a message, don't we? And I got to remember how to do that, but yeah, you can set a TX message. I will do it later. The open spot again.
And you missed somebody sending back.
Got you get that in the morning hours of UK. You get the USA stations, the 2, 3, 4 in the morning rag chewers, which is quite interesting. So they both use an ID-51 battery. This one's got the large BP307 in. Standard 51 battery works, and it'll also, both batteries will go in the charger. Both radios will charge using a micro USB lead, just in the side here. just got myself a HM75L speaker microphone for the 52. The microphone that comes standard with the 705 is a speaker microphone. Now, with no DC input, they're both 5 watts. But with a DC input, the 705 is 10 watts. This remains 5 watts. So quickly look at the main menu. So you've got set menu, full GPS menu on both radios. Go menu. There you go. GPS. I mean, to me, they're both my favourite radios of all time. Picture, scope, we've done scope. CD shows your DR history. I was going to look in the manual to see what CD actually meant, the words C and D. So, yeah. Call directory, is it? I don't know. I'm going to look it up later. They both have FM radios. So, just got to remember how to turn it on now. FM radio. Let's try on the quick menu. So we go quick. It could be that we're in DR mode. Yeah, let's come out of DR mode. No, that's what it is. We're in terminal mode. Let's come out of terminal mode. Menu. Normal mode. Now we'll try and get the radio. We'll go menu, radio. There you are. Radio on. There's the radio on, and then we'll do it with this one. Actually, I can't remember how to turn the radio on, or even if it has a radio on the 705. Can't see an obvious menu there. Let's go into function. So that's an interesting one. If it hasn't got a radio, I need to put that into Google. I think it had it in when you select the frequency. So let's exit. When you go menu, no, when you select, let's come out of DR mode. When you tap the frequency, there it is there, FM radio. So we'll get them on the same radio. Let's turn this one up. 96.8, and you get the scope as well. I don't think you get the scope on the... Yeah, so we'll turn this one down. This is a Welsh radio. Yeah, you can reduce the span like that. Now if I try and turn on the scope on this one, menu, let's try it. Yeah, it doesn't show a scope. Oh, actually, it actually does, but you can't see it. Let's try it in. Yeah, it doesn't really show a scope, does it? Although the radio's still on. Interesting, that one. Not done that before. So if you want to turn it off, click quick. We'll turn the scope off as well. FM radio off. And then the scope, well, you can use quick menu for scope. Scope off. Let's just show you, there's band scope there. Band scope, single sweep. Well, the scope is off, isn't it, of course. So we'll show you, we showed you DTMF, haven't we? On both radios do DTM off. So let's go like so. FM radio, that's off. Let's go menu. GPS. No, we're still in that FM radio, so let's go like so and hit that. There you go. 2 meters. DTMF, and you can go to set and look, speeds or send, and I've got again HubNet programmed in there, or you can do direct input. And you can program memories, which I've done, and then you can actually do that on both radios, as we showed earlier. And they both do voice record, they both do Bluetooth. So like I said, if you've got a 7300, really, it's a no-brainer that you just plonk this next to it. I've got, like I said, a speaker microphone, so it can act as a base station. You can charge it with a DC input from the side, or the micro USB cable. So we've all got chargers on our desks at home. So let's just get back to 40. Let's exit that, put the scope back on. Yeah, it's not really. I do have different scope settings to make it much more clearer. You've got your RF gain here, and you've got a thing here called REF, which is like a gain just for the scope. With the 705, you've obviously got the SWR meter as well. Well, I think I'll have a go at Bluetoothing my headphones to this later, but the Bluetooth SSM, I think it's the one that comes with the FT3, that does work. The Yaesu Bluetooth thing does work. So SWR graph, that's very good as well. Excellent thing. Menu, voice record, audio scope. Obviously you don't get that with the 52, and then if you hold down scope, you'll get the scope and the audio, and the audio you can sort of change it here. Now this is running the latest firmware with no glitches that I'm aware of. You've got your memory pads, which is, it's like a quick memory. So you've got the memory pad button here. If you hold it on this frequency, it beeps twice. Then when you go to the memory pad, what you just held is in there, and that's quite convenient, I think. Right, I think we'll end the video there. You've got record, SWR, voice, audio, scope, memory. These are all your, you've got the FT8 preset, which is very nice. You just connect the 705 to a laptop running FT8, push that, all your settings are there. Always got about five presets that you can create, where it keeps all the settings. That's very handy. It's got CRV connection, of course. Both radios have an SD card, and both radios use SD cards for firmware. Both radios you can import CSV files, repeater files, your call sign. And what do I mean by your call sign? So if you go to PyStar here, now let's go back, go up to 2 section, select it, go to your call sign. Then you scroll down, look, they're all there. Now you can import that as a file. It's all the reflectors and all sorts of other stuff. They both do XLX reflectors. So if you go use reflector like so, hit reflector and go to direct input on both radios, link to reflector, direct input, you can, on both radios you can choose XRF, DCS and XLX, and they both do that. So that's it. Thanks for watching. I think it's an interesting video. 7.3, all the best. Thanks very much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it and you find it helpful, please hit that like button and subscribe. 7.3, all the best.